Our views for our last one, nobody watched it, and then it was like 3, and then 3 days ago it went to 28.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So um you're welcome. What's happening? Are we live already?
Setting up your meeting for YouTube Live.
Oh man, there's so many red hoops you have to jump through and black
I
tapes.
know.
Blue
And blue zooms.
zooms, red hoop. Oh, red clovers.
Blue zooms, red tubes. You know.
This meeting is being live
Oh, I
streamed.
shouldn't have said that.
What did you say it was?
Nothing. We're not going to talk about that. We're going on live now. Hello.
Oh my gosh. It's nice outside today here in the house. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it like that, can I? It's nice
You can say
outside here
whatever
in
you
the
want.
house. I said it's nice outside here in the house. I'm a conundrum. I'm a walking oxymoron.
I love that. You're a paradox wrapped in an oxymoron.
And I am.
Dressed as a conundrum.
Winston Churchill rolled over in his grave. He's the one that came up with that nonsensical thing about the Soviet Union. Oh my gosh. You know what? I didn't know that. I did two things I learned about that have happened in the news lately. I learned these both this week on accident, and I'm pissed about it. Nick Saban is no longer the coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide football team,
Oh
as
no.
as of like 6 months ago, apparently. Um, and Joe Biden is not running for president.
You just know?
No.
Welcome to the world, Bill.
I don't want to be a part of y'all's world. I don't like it. I got my own.
There you go.
No.
So how's the last week been for you?
Shit. It's been shit.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. But
Well, that's not good. I'm sorry.
well, yeah, it's the process, you know.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's just bad. I met my case manager. Did I tell you that? Ever told you that?
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was I was impressed in that she just was not at all interested in going out of her way for me in one bit. So
Lovely. Gotta
I
love
was like,
that.
well, I mean, I was like, I'm okay with that because I said, hey, look, we both got to learn how to work with each other, and I don't want to be a pain in the ass client. So, if there are things that I need to do, let me know. One of those things was if you want to get your electric bill paid, send me a PDF by email of your total bill and fill out three pieces of paper that say, may I please have this money so that I can get out of screen timeout with Duke Energy. And I haven't done any of that. I mean, it's easy stuff. But my go-to is if it can be done, it can be not done.
If it can be done, I'm not gonna do it.
Yep. If it can be done, someone else will. So now the reason I'm not panicked about it is because I got my electricity back on.
Yay.
Yeah, and I bought,
Woohoo.
bought some time. So, and I figured I wouldn't be a pain in her ass. And then, maybe she would be nice to me and not have sex with me. So, who knows? Haven't told that story yet.
Maybe you should request a mail case manager.
Yeah. I don't know. But, well, I think that we talked about this last week, and here's where I really failed. I listened to part of what we said to each other on the interweb last week.
No.
And I don't usually do that, but I was really interested in something that I said. Shocking, right?
Story of your life.
I'm a Leo, and my Leo brain said, you better go listen to that because there might be something that needs to go to the Smithsonian that you said.
Right?
And so I said something to the effect of, hey, I'm not going to slide into my future and wake up one day and realize that I've got everything I want if I don't know what the fuck I want. And so I wrote down that I was going to write down what that looked like and that I was going to write
You
on
wrote down that you
paper.
were gonna write
I
down.
did. I just remember. No, hey, no shit. Me and my friend Kate were watching TV once. This is part of why I don't watch the news. And it was C-SPAN, and I'll get back to the other story. And that was C-SPAN is like it's just the old white guy channel where they're all in this big room and ties and they vote on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They were voting as a Congress. Oh shit. You know what? Early onset dementia. They were voting as to whether or not they wanted to vote on an issue. No shit. They had to vote as to whether to just determine whether or not they were going to vote on something. Your tax dollars
Gotta
are
love
worth.
that.
Yeah.
America.
What were we talking about before that?
You
I
were
told you I
talking
didn't
about how
remember.
you're not just gonna slide into life and you wrote down
Oh yeah,
that you were
yeah,
gonna write
yeah.
down.
So I was at church last Sunday morning. Okay. And I was writing my notes in church. So
What?
two things immediately you know are wrong with the world. I'm in church and I'm writing notes. Now, part of that was passing notes to my friend Melissa's kid, who is a pastor there, and I was just fucking with him because he had to pay attention and I didn't.
Oh, you're an asshole.
Hey, your mom's hot. You remember seeing her boobs? You saw them before I did. I didn't say anything like that, and neither would Jesus.
Fucking thank God. I was about to come over there and punch
Yeah,
you in your mouth.
literally. Thank God. Okay, so no, so it has not been a good week because I lost
Because you
my
had to go to church. Just kidding.
like yeah, really. But I did not write down anything, and I did stay up way past my bedtime, and I just
So what are you
that
gonna do this weekend then?
is my he said that really condescendingly, like a parent, like I'm supposed to know the answer to this. Oh, I know, I'm sleeping.
There you go. Good
Oh, I didn't show
job.
you. Here,
Gold star.
I already took down half of my blue room, but you kind of get an idea here.
Oh, okay. Is that
I blurred my background, y'all. Bow, bow, bow.
what are you doing there?
That was so you can use a blue screen or a green screen. And I,
Oh, no way. You're
yeah,
doing you were
you just
green
can't wear
screening?
blue in front of it. So I went with
That's cool.
blue because I didn't want green. Oddly enough, when you met me, I think I wore blue every day. Now I wear black every day.
I know, that is surprising.
It's because I got skinny. And one time, I think I said this on the podcast. I hope that I did. Certainly, I got Banana Republic skinny, where I was an actual Banana Republic medium. Yeah, that's kind of where I am now. Which is too skinny. It's too skinny. I need some
Yeah, you do need to eat more.
protein.
Well, I'm not going to tell you you need to do anything because it's your journey. You do what you want to do.
I appreciate
But
that.
it's very good to fuel your body and give your body the nutrients that it needs.
It is. Conjunction junction.
It's my PSA for today. Do we want to get into what the question is?
Yeah.
What's an experience you nearly gave up on, but ended up glad you stuck with it? The gym for me, for sure.
So I I told you that I didn't know that Nick Saban got quit from Alabama. And for some reason, the only basketball story I remember when I think about losing and winning is Jay Billis. He's a ESPN commentator, and he went to Duke and he played the national championship game in basketball and he lost. And that's the first thing he thinks of in his whole career. And so I hate this question because what I thought of were all the concerts I didn't go to that I had tickets for. The person that asked this question, this is going to blow his mind. I could have played a round of golf in the pro am or in the media day at fucking Masters. And I decided that it was too far to go for that. I had a media pass to see a baseball game in which one of 15 perfect games were pitched in the major league history. And I didn't go because the team was not good and I didn't want to go sit through it. I have a whole lot of shit I didn't do. And so
But you know what? I think I think that's a testament to you being so true to yourself that you're not going to let the pressures of life peer pressure you into doing something, right? You didn't go to that game because you didn't go to that game because it was too far away because you didn't want to go to that game because it was too far away. Not because you were like, oh man, this is a really cool opportunity. I should go.
fuck
You
no.
did what you wanted to do.
No, not at all. I
You
was
did
like,
what you wanted to do.
yeah,
And I
but
think there's power in that.
okay, some of those I agree with, but not the concert pieces. I didn't go see Prince. I missed out on Prince, and he went and died. And we had a deal. Oh, so did my friend Ashley and I. I don't make good deals with people. I'm missing something in the fine print. Um, I didn't see Prince. Prince wrote or produced every song written in the 80s and 90s. I don't know if you knew that.
Wow. No, I didn't know that.
But he did. And he's just a little dude. So, what do you
Well,
got?
what about the answer to the question?
Oh, okay.
You took
All
the
right.
question and you made it negative. Let's make it positive.
All right. What was the question again? Something that you did that you were happy you did?
What's an experience you nearly gave up on, but ended up glad you stuck with it? So, like for me, that was the gym. Therapy as well. Therapy, I could have given up with it. Like I could have given up on it a long, long time ago because I had some very shitty therapists, but I kept trying. And I kept saying, fuck all those shitty therapists. I'm going to get me a good one. And I did. And it changed my life. Same thing with working out. I
I'm
hated
gonna.
working out. It
I
was
can
so
go ahead.
uncomfortable.
Yes,
And I
I'll
did it.
back you up on all those things because I saw those firsthand in your life. Okay, here's one. This blew my mind. I use that phrase a lot. My mind has never been blown. Remember when I asked you, what if, you know how I said something that, how did it look inside? What was the mess? It looked like a cow exploded in his house or something. And I said, what if a cow actually exploded in your house? And what would that look like? I don't think I would use expressions like that. Can I say, playing the piano? Here's why I think that. I started playing the piano when I was in college because there was a music building where I went to school and there were these practice rooms and there were maybe 15 pianos that you could go play anytime you want. And it turned out that girls who were hard for me to talk to really liked people that played the piano. And so I learned how to play one song. And about now I just had a birthday. I'm 207. And I was playing,
Yay.
thank you very much. I was playing a song called The One by Elton John the other day. And I remembered, and I have the book still. I wanted to learn how to play that song, and I was 30 years old, and so that was in 1997. I went and bought the sheet music, and I took it home, and I beat my head against the wall for like a month trying to learn just the first six measures of that song. And it was memorization, it was rote, and I didn't get it, and it was not clicking, and I hated it. It was just a war of attrition. And a few months ago, I thought, you know what? That's a badass song. I'm going to play that right quick. So I got my phone and I opened up my guitar tab, Ultimate Guitar Tab app, and I looked at the chords and I played it. And I was like, whoa, I got this goosebump moment. And I said, I like that when I can't deny something that has happened. You know, there's no other way around this. The reason I can do that is because I don't know, man. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours sitting at that piano, crying and screaming and playing and singing now, and you know, just fucking. That's my therapy place. So that's a good one for me. That's something and I wish that I had known that it was going to be like that, and I wish that it hadn't taken 30 years for that to show up. And I think we've talked about this before. I hope we have that. I wish that there was some way that you could beat that into a 6-year-old's head. This is going to
That's,
happen for you.
yeah.
You know, piano, tuba, whatever it is. You know,
That's how I feel about the gym too. Like I wish I would have known about it so much earlier. I feel like there was so much tragedy of my life I could have avoided had I known that that was a positive outlet that would have worked really well for me. I really liked dancing growing up, but it was never something that like I went and like sought out because I didn't really know how to. And like I don't know, I never thought that I was like a very active person, but now that I'm like in the gym a lot and like learning like new mind to muscle ways of like getting in touch with my body. It's just like I wish I would have known this earlier. And I wish I could learn how to play an instrument as well because I think that would be the coolest fucking thing. Like it must feel so like just rewarding like hearing that music and like
you know, one thing. Sorry.
being able to create it yourself.
That reminds me of something I was thinking about the other day. Oh Lord.
We can faintly hear him speaking in the background. And we'd love to know in the comments your answer to this question. What's something that you nearly gave up on but didn't, and you're happy that you didn't?
Oh, I don't know that I got. I'm happy that I didn't give up on. That's about it that I have right this minute.
Ashley?
What was it?
Ashley, you never gave up on Ashley. Not for 1 second.
No, I didn't. No. Hey, listen, speaking of, you know how we talked about that bullshit about here's, Ashley's, well, memory thing. Uh, here's what I'm gonna do. Uh, I'm coming to, and it's subject to you saying, dude, don't do that shit. I'm coming to, what do you call it? Morning meeting on Monday. Not this Monday,
Okay.
next Monday. First Monday of the new term. And I want,
Monday that we're closed.
yes, so Tuesday. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly right. Story of my life. Oh, it was the most impactful day I ever had. Y'all missed it. um, and I want to know. I want 12 of the 15 minutes. I want to know. I want to know uh if everyone knows that we're a peer-run organization and what that means. And I need to know that everybody that's in that room knows that when they look at me, they're seeing themselves in a mirror. And I gotta grow some. And so I'm thinking that I'm appropriating a song by Philip Phillips, which is called "Unpack Your Heart," and uh, you may sing it, but it's the only song I ever sang to Ashley. And we went and saw him, and I didn't know this song, and it's badass. And it's to me, it's all about peer support. It's all about meeting people where they are.
What is the
And
song called again?
what's that?
What is the song called again?
Unpack Your Heart. And
I want to read
so,
the lyrics.
yeah, check it out. Like, yeah. And I just don't know, Amanda, if because I know how case managers, sell it sometimes, and I know how uh people hear about us. And I think the thing that makes us magical is the fact that there's no back cave entrance, man. We all go in the same door and come out the same door. But I think we need to know that we need to hammer that home.
Yeah,
Um,
I
and
agree.
and so that's my and that's gonna be my Ashley thing too. Uh, because that came from her, you know,
Yeah.
and the chorus of that song is um it ends with share the silence and unpack your heart.
I
And
actually just put it in the chat. Bring your secrets, bring your scars, bring your glory, all you are. Bring your daylight, bring your dark, share your silence, and unpack your heart. And unpack your heart.
to me, that's meeting people where they are. That's everything, right? Uh and share the silence part. Oh my God. When I got sick in 2007, I stopped talking, and I didn't stop talking immediately, but very gradually. I stopped having people to say hello to every day, and I stopped feeling like my answers were valid to questions I was being asked about things I didn't understand what were happening to me. Um, and I was talking to the executive staff at Greater Cincinnati Behavioral before I did a talk for them at a fundraiser, and I said, there's a story by a writer named Dorothy Parker, and it's about these two kids. They got married and they're on a train to New York, and they're way too young to get married. They're like 18, 19. And they're having that conversation about, hey, let's never fight. Let's, be perfect and all. And Dorothy Parker writes, there was a silence with things going on in it.
Hmm.
And I thought, that was me. There was so much going on, but I had no words for any of it. And don't ever think that just because there are no words or there's a silence doesn't mean that something is not happening. And
Yeah.
so her ability to just be quiet with me, and it just goes back to the weekend. When I'm like this, you're the you're the one I trust. I can't sleep until I feel your touch, all that stuff. And the silence, and that's beautiful. And I told her that many times, and we would say to each other, I'm just gonna come sit on your couch. I'd be like, okay, come sit on my couch. So that to me is empowering, and it means to me, Amanda, that all goes back to what you've heard me say a billion times. We celebrate every time someone gets in the door at work. And so I get it that it's scary sometimes, or you don't feel it sometimes. I need it to be a place where, for real, I'm not fucking with you. You get in the door and I will take care of the rest. You don't have to have words. That's where I want us to get to. And so that's my plan.
I think it's a great plan.
Thank you. Thank
And I
you.
think that the peers who attend here would appreciate that a lot. Because
I,
right now it's hard. Like we're I don't know, I guess I can't speak for everybody, but I'm in a space right now where I'm just surviving. It's hard for me to hold space for other people, unfortunately, when I'm just out here trying to survive.
I get that. I
Yeah.
do.
So I think providing that sense of safety and camaraderie and community, I think, is so important.
Well, yeah, community. If you don't have, I mean, for me, if I don't have a community, and I got some weird communities that welcome me, thank y'all. Yeah, gotta have that. What did you answer the question fully to the best of your knowledge?
Yeah, I said the gym and therapy.
I would say the gym, same thing for me. And I'm glad I stuck with therapy. Um, mm. that sounds like a. It sounds like you interpreted it as what's something that you didn't want to have to keep doing, but you did, and you're glad that you did that. And I was looking more like a one-off thing, but then you tricked me into saying the piano. Um,
Mhm.
mm.
What's an experience you nearly gave up on, but ended up glad you stuck with it? Well, the word experience, I guess, would insinuate that it was a one-off thing. So I can definitely understand why you got that interpretation of it. I'm trying to think of a specific experience that I had, just one-off that I'm glad I stuck with. Um, there's
Hey,
been a lot of, go ahead.
I had a thought. I've been thinking about Ashley on something. I got a question for you. So
Okay.
we we got together for real in November of 2019. And from then we just have been together. And we we went to 21C downtown, the hotel, and we ate at Metropole on Thanksgiving in 2019. And we got a room at the hotel. It was like $300. And we were staying Thanksgiving night. And she's like, let's go drinking. And I'm like, well, hell yeah, we're going drinking. So we went to O'Malley's in the alley. And things transpired. And she left with somebody else. And I left with myself. And I was been out of shape for a minute. Not because we were together, but because I would have the money for the room. Um, because it just struck me as odd and not kind and shit like that. Uh until today, and I thought for the first time, and this about me, I do not get metaphors or anything. I gotta have direct communication. You gotta tell me exactly what you're trying to say to me. She may very well have been saying to me, hey Billiam, I'm gonna do me, okay? And we're gonna be fine. This is gonna hurt you for a minute, but we're gonna be clear. And I think that from that moment on, everything was all right. Do you know what I mean?
Like she
Well,
was,
I threw a fit for 2 days, but I mean, after that, once that was over with, ouch,
yeah.
everything was all right.
Well, she was like, this is how the dynamic is gonna go, and you're gonna respect it.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
And I love that about her.
me too, man. Yes, the silence thing, that was her for me. And the other several. One was saying how you feel, Um the girl knew how I felt about her. That's a nice thing.
Yeah.
I have this, I can't really talk about that one yet.
Okay.
What? You're in trouble. What are you doing this weekend?
Uh, I'm gonna get my ear double pierced tomorrow.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, I've never even, do you have it? Have you had your ear pierced? Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
can.
get another one right here, Pierce. I'm gonna have a double earring.
I think
Very
that's nice.
exciting stuff.
I gave my card to. I told you about the girl at the. I guess that's the girl at Planned Parenthood.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was on a walk yesterday and I was in a place called Norwood, Ohio. And there was a store and I can't remember the name of it, but I went in and they said, "Can we help you?" And I said, "It looks like you guys sell marijuana in here, but that can't be true." And they said, "We do." And I said, "Holy cow." And so I started talking to them and I bought some. But this guy had gauges. Did I get that right?
Mm-hmm.
I learned that from you. And
Yeah.
there was a book. He had a book and it was on the counter behind him and it said oh fuck, man, this is the whole point of the story. It was like avoiding distractions. And I'm like, who's reading that shit? And he's like, that's me. And I'm like, good luck with that, man. He's like, I just got diagnosed with ADHD. And I'm like, oh, well, hey, you know what? Good for you. I'm sorry, but maybe it helps to know something, you know? And he's like, absolutely. And so I played him the short from the ADHD episode. And he's like, oh my God. And so we'll probably not get any viewers out of that, but we may. My point was, I
Cool.
told him, I said, "Hey, I've been, we've been kicking around the idea of making having a platform for people to tell their story if they want it." And he said, "Yeah, I have a great story." And I said, "Does it have nudity in it?" And he said, "It doesn't." And I said, "Okay, well then that's fine because we're kind of a family show right now."
I don't ever think that we're a family show.
Well, it's a weird family, but
It is.
hey, I gotta not do something, and I didn't know this was going this direction, but it is. All this blue screens and shit and these videos I've been making, um, I think that I think that my brain thinks that it's gonna make some kind of a video that's gonna have Ashley in it, then people are gonna be interacting. And when I had to get another one of my other blue sheets, and it was on the bed that was in her room, and I hadn't changed the sheets since she left. And so I went through it with my CSI comb, got all the hairs and shit like that. So when I figure out how to clone her back, we'll get like 8 of
You have
them.
the technology, kind of.
We'll get like 8 Ashleys. But I don't know why I started that story.
I think it makes sense when you're grieving. You're just grasping at straws to keep that person around. And she is. She's there. She's around.
There will be a day when I won't know anybody who knew Ashley,
I
except
don't
for
think
like,
that that's true.
well, I mean,
She
you
knew
guys will be,
everybody.
well, that's true too. Yeah. All right.
She
But
knew everybody, young and old. She'll be
she
gone
did.
before that happens.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
Because, hey, if you die before I die, then that means that I still carry her legacy around with me.
I know that.
So
And
I don't know if you'll ever live in a world where nobody knows her.
what I mean, you know what I mean.
I'm
You
just trying
do.
to be a smart ass.
Well, you're good at that.
I
That's one of
know.
the reasons I like you. Everybody has a talent. Mine's collateral damage. I
Oh.
looked at the email that I got from Go Bananas in Cincinnati, and they have an open mic thing for people that are trying on Wednesdays, I think. And there were like 15 people signed up for it and had their names. They were all dudes. If I was a girl, even if I didn't know anything about comedy, if I would need to meet some dudes, that's what I would do. I would get on the open mic circuit.
Well, that's your takeaway for today's episode is go get on that open mic circuit.
I told my friend Gina I wanted to go bananas, and because I love comedy, and because God bless her, Ashley, one of Ashley's friends bought the bar there. That's not the club, but it's the
Hmm.
bar, and this
Yeah,
girl is just smoking hot. I mean, and every time Ashley ran into her, she would send me a picture of her, and I liked it. So
that's so funny.
yeah, and
Is there any is
probably
there
went
any
the other way
comments
too.
coming?
That girl, whatever her name was, probably has like 6 or 7 pictures of me.
Here's this creepy fucking guy that thinks you're hot.
Oh my God, that's probably not how it went.
That's probably exactly how it
Oh
went.
shit. Oh, I gotta tell you something off air.
Okay, well, I gotta get going anyways
All right.
because I gotta get out of here and I gotta start my weekend.
Tell Evan hi. Have a good weekend.
I
Don't
will.
hang up on me. I gotta tell you what happened.
I won't. We're stopping.